Hello everyone, Huzaifa Farouk here. Thanks for watching this video. In this video I'm going to be taking you through how the system performs, especially the Ultimate Renko system on a few markets. I predominantly trade the NQ because it works very well on the NQ, especially when you're taking short-term scalps. If you're trading one or two contracts, you can take this and build your account up slowly. Just to give you an illustration, I'm just going to pause for a second and open my Epic pen up. 1 second please. Hello again everybody. So I have my Epic pen over here. Now I wanted to go through the system with you to show you exactly how you can earn with the Ultimate Renko strategy that's provided by TradeSimple, and how we've been able to manage and build our account to making, you know, $40,000-$50,000 months. I wanted to show you exactly how we do that, especially with the NQ, and we'll go through a few trades in the FDAX as well, just to show you exactly where our philosophy is. Now I'll take you through what our entries are, what our profit target is, what our stop loss is. So you'll see all of that, and you'll see exactly if this is the type of system for you. It is for me because I'm a short-term scalper. I like to just scalp really quickly in the market and get out. So literally most trades for me lasts about 10 to maximum. I've never been on a trade over 20 minutes. And you know, 10 seconds. I've been in trades that lasted 10 seconds. I've got my profit target and left. If that's the kind of trader you are, then this is definitely the type of system for you, especially if you're trying to make consistent profit. And I'll also go through exactly what type of money you can expect to make and how to build your account if you're starting with just a little bit amount of money. So this is an example of January 19th. I can take you through the other. I'm not picking and choosing days. I'll take you through other days if you want, and I'll show you exactly how we end up trading the system. Now we have a few ways of trading the system. Okay, we have range bound trades. As you remember, range bound trades that bounce off each other. So price bounces off the previous areas where they bounced off. We also have price action trades. So what they do is, on a trend, we see this point right here. Okay, this is where we want to trade, and this is where we use the system to trade as well. Okay, we also have this arrow system here that you see here. Oops, that's a really bad arrow. My apologies. This system here that, if anything, helps us confirm the trade. Okay, this is a system here, and these signals paint real time. Alright, there's no fluff here. This paints real time. So when this occurs, it paints after the certain criteria is met based on our algorithm, and it paints. Okay, now we don't take every single trade of these diamonds. We only take certain of when this diamond paints. We wait for another confirmation or two, and you only get that in the members office to enter that trade. And this is a very accurate diamond, so this is really, it's gonna be interesting and take you through it. So those are three types of trades that we go through, and we also use these solid lines that you see over here. All right, so this is we trade after 8 o'clock. We don't take anything when it's ranging, but we do trade it after 8 o'clock, and we only take 8 to 10 ticks out of the market. That's it. That's our target, and I'll show you how much that can make for you in a second. All right, now this is not a qualified trade, and with our rules, this is not a qualified trade just because it's hovering between the dashed line here. Okay, when it's hovering between, that means that price has made an indecision. It doesn't know whether it's going to go up or down, so it's too dangerous for us to trade there. All right, now what we're waiting for is a nice solid bounce off of this dashed line over here, where the tail tucks in. Okay, so the tail tucks in and touches the dashed line, and what we do, what our rules are, when that happens, when this white bar is painted, we take a trade at this price. You see the price here is 68.30. all right, our profit target is only, again, 8 to 10 ticks. Okay, we're not taking hundreds of ticks out of the market. We do in long-term trades, but this system is not for long-term trading. This system is for scalping. All right, so 8 to 10 ticks, and then what we're waiting for when we create our ATM strategy. Now, I don't use NinjaTrader to trade just because I'm not in the US, but I'm in Canada, so I trade with AMP Futures. So when I trade with them, I place a sell order at 68.30. Now when the price comes back to that area, sometimes it doesn't come back, sometimes it just flies away in my direction. and sometimes it does hit my area and I get a loss. But those are realities of the trade. However, you can rest assured, number one, you'll have way more winning opportunities than losing opportunities, and you'll be able to make up for what you lost eventually in the day. Not that you should chase your trades, but in our back office, we'll show you how to prevent that from happening as well. So you enter at 68.30 and you're looking for 8 ticks. And in NASDAQ, 8 ticks is the same thing as 2 points. 2 points from 68.30 to 68.28 is 2 points. Okay? The reason why it's 8 ticks is there's 4 ticks in each point. So 68.28 to 68.29 is 4 points. As you can see, it's going by 25 basis points. Okay? That's 4 ticks each, and then another 4 to get to 68.30. So if price gets to 68.28, I have won my trade. So if I'm throwing on 40 contracts, you can imagine how much you're making per day. All right. So let's progress on to see when that hits. There you go. 68.28 has hit. Okay, that's your 8 tick profit target. And when you're learning this system, when you're starting, that's where you want your profit target. Okay, you want to become a consistent trader. You don't need to be making $1 million a day starting off the bat. Get that out of your head. You have to build it to that point. The only way to do that is that you can use the same system consistently over time and up the amount of contracts. And we'll demonstrate that with this calculation here. I wanted to show you exactly what you're looking at. If you just traded this system, if you just traded this system, I'm going to show you what you could make eventually live here, no fluff. I'm going to use this Excel spreadsheet to show you exactly that. Okay, wait for that. Now that's your first trade of the day and you're done. Okay, now you could if you're not doing anything else, yeah, you could take more if you like. There are more opportunities here. We have to follow rules, and remember, the less time you spend in the market, the better it is. Believe me. So let's look for our next trade then, based on our rules. No trades here. Okay, now this dash line here and this solid line here are very important in our trading criteria. Okay, we use that in our trading criteria. Okay, so here is one of our trend bound trades. Okay, now I'm not saying it is yet, but we're waiting for something like that to happen. Why? Because it's broken this resistance, which is indicated, and you'll learn this all in the back office again, folks, which is indicated by this blue line. Okay, this blue line paints 2 or 3 bars after it has deviated away from that at that point. So it paints at around the end of the second candle. Okay, and that thing paints, this resistance calculator paints. This dashed line is also, these are pivot points. Okay, they complement the support and resistance and kind of confirm it. Now these are stronger than the pivot points because the pivot point are more short term. Even short term bounces, they take paints. All right. So now what you want to do is you want to look for a white bar that converts at this point, and you want to take a trade at a certain point if that happens. All right, now this is going to go down here and we're looking for this trade. This is what's happening here. Okay, we're waiting for this to happen. All right, so let's look at what that will look like. So right there, when this bar paints, this white bar is finished, especially because it's bounced off this point. This is this. Okay, let me change the color so you can see that. This point, oops, this point right here is this point right here. All right, this is the purpose of the ultimate Renko, is so that we can illustrate in this point nice and cleanly. So now let me just erase something here. So now we want to take a trade anywhere on this white bar. All right, if the price comes back to that white bar, you will have automatically opened, and you're looking for 8 to 10 ticks upwards. And in this particular case, if you had gotten in right here at 6, what was this bar right here? 68.39. If you had gone in at 68.39, you're waiting for 2 points, which is 68.41, and that would have been right here. You would have been out of your trade in less than 2 minutes. About 2 minutes, you would have been out of your trade. Okay, And let's look for another one, another qualifying trade. What's happening here, we have this designed in our back office to show you. Let me get rid of this and this. 8 to 10 ticks. Okay, I really have to invest in one of those digital pens, and I will be doing that. Okay, so that's what you need to see. Now here, this you can tell we're looking for support and resistance. We're looking to draw these lines. Now when this happens, the third bar continues, you see that there's some resistance here. This is an opportunity for you to take an easy 2 points just by going short, but only if it goes anywhere above 68.45 to anywhere in this candle. Okay, you can place a trade anywhere depending on where you want to risk your thing, because remember your stop loss goes 1 tick above the tail. Okay, so if the higher you get in, the better it is for you. So let's just say you get in at 68.45. We use the least conservative method to show you how profitable this system is. Okay, 68.45, and you take a sell order, you're looking for 68.53 right here. If the price gets here, you won the trade. And there it is. Right here, price got there, and you won the trade. Okay, and you're waiting for another retracement here. Right here. Now, when this happens, see this? Again, folks, this is how easy it is. This is why I teach price action. Okay, this right here is this right here. Working with these colors sometimes is not that fun. Alright. This right here is this right here. Okay, breaks up off that line, which is this, and paints up. Alright. So when that happens, you take a trade, let's say at 68.45, you're waiting for it to get to 68.47 right here, and it already got there. Alright, in a minute. 1 minute, and you got that. Okay, so you get the point here. Now this is the basic concept of Trade Simple. Now here's another one. Remember I told you the 3-bar pattern? Right here you can take a trade. When this happens, take a trade anywhere on this and on this one. Let's say you take it at 68.43.5, 68.44.5, 45.5 right there. Okay, and another trade right there, another one right there. So many trades. Now the point is, you can take as many of these 8 to 10 ticks as you like. We only trade once because we know it happens often, but we like to control ourselves, all right, just so we can build our account. So let me erase all this and take you through how much you could expect to make with our system. Okay, I know people are interested in that. I'm not giving any false promises, and I have to provide a disclaimer at the beginning and ending of this video in particular, is because I can't promise you anything, because I don't know what you're like. I don't know how the rate at which you learn. I don't know if you have any illnesses, you know, God forbid, but I hope you don't have any illnesses, but you know, I don't know if you do. So we can't really provide guarantees, but if you are of sound mind and character, anybody can learn how to do this. In our back office, and I'll take you through some of what we're building right now and what's coming up of the back office, and what we'll teach you exactly how to enter and exit this market. This is something that if you have no idea how to trade right now at this very moment, you don't know anything about trading, you don't know what you're looking at, what this window is, that window is, you don't know any of this stuff, you will know that, all of that stuff. If you joined us today, you'll know that next week. You'll know exactly how to enter and exit the market. This is like easier than driving into your car and going to the mall and learning how to use a debit card and purchasing something and bringing that thing home. This is just as easy as doing that. Anyways, so let's just say you take 8 ticks out of the market, and this is the NQ, so you get $5 US per tick, and you trade 2 contracts to start. All right, and you have, let's say, a $2,000 balance in your brokerage. Okay, now this does not mean that you're risking $2,000. This means that you have $2,000 in your brokerage. You're only risking for 8 ticks, you're risking 12 ticks. That's it. Okay, but how many losers did you see what we just went through right there? 0. So let's just say you did that for 20 trades. Now I don't use days, I use trades, because sometimes you don't trade. I don't trade every day. I only trade based on trades. All right, and I suggest people get used to that and they start doing it as well. If you do that every day, okay, I'm going to bring this down here as a balance checker. Oops. if you do that every day, 8 ticks, $5 a tick, and you trade just 2 contracts, the first month or the first 20 days you'll have made $1,500. All right. Now for someone that's doing that for a minute, sometimes 3 minutes, that you see the trades that you saw there, you need $1,500 for the month just trading the NQ. Now we haven't even gone to the FDAX yet. We haven't even gone to this one yet. This one's a beast. This is where you can make an insane amount of money. Okay, we haven't even got through that yet. And I'm talking about taking one trade in Nasdaq and we're taking one trade in FDAX, and you're done for the day. You can double this, and you can more than triple this actually. Anyways, for the first 20 days you made $1,520. Now, does $1,520, is that $1,520? Is that too much for you, or is that too little for you for the first 20 days? Now let's just say the second 20 days you do 8 ticks, but then you double it to 4 contracts, because now you have this much in your account. Okay, actually we'll do that right here. Okay, we'll do 40 trades. We'll continue it here, but now we're doubling it to 4 contracts. Okay, now this is assuming no losing trades or no losing day trades. All right, but you might have some trades that are losing, which are fine, but you'll more than likely make them up by having a larger ticks in some cases. Sometimes you might have 10 ticks here, sometimes you might have 12 ticks here, sometimes you're never going to have under 8. So that makes up for it. So I have factored that in by applying that conservative strategy to this model. If that happened, your second month's profit would be $3,200 for that month, or the second 20 days. How much do you think you just accumulated almost $5,000 in just 40 trading days? What do you think of that? You know, so think about that, digest that for a second, and go from that. I mean, this is not a level, this is not a game of this is something that is a scam or anything like that. This is a mindset. If you're willing to become consistent in trading something like this, then you can do it. Okay, now let's go through the FDAX market for a second there. Okay, now let's say we start trading at 8 o'clock right here. We haven't started any trades yet. Let me just erase this thing off. Oopsie, let me erase that. As a method of risk management, we have a stop strategy where when you enter the trade, let's say I have 13.14 and let's say you're taking a trade up here. Okay, if you're taking a trade at 13.14 and it goes in your favor, you move your stop up to the bottom of this, so you close the amount of loss that you could get. So from 13.418.0 to 15.5. Okay, that is 6 ticks. Your stop is 6 ticks. Okay, and your profit target is 8 ticks, and you close your stop loss. So for those times that you actually do lose, here's another trade. Boom. Okay, at 13.403, you're looking for 99 right there. Hit your profit target right there, and you're done. Now how much is that going to yield you in the market? Alright, so that's a little different in terms of parameters. Okay, that's the NQ, this is the FDAX. However, in NQ, you're making $15 US per contract. Alright, but in $2,000 you can't trade this. So FDAX, you're gonna have to wait till you at least at $4,000 to $5,000 before you can start trading the FDAX, and you can trade 1 contract, okay, per $1,000 you have in your bank account, in your account. Alright, so I wouldn't recommend, with the $2,000 balance, I wouldn't recommend trading even 1 contract. If you had $4,000 minimum, that's when you would trade the FDAX. Okay, and that too, I would only trade one contract. Even though I'm leveraging only $1,000 of the 4,000, I'm still going to trade one contract on that. All right. So let's just say, I mean, it's not as much as you need more than you need the NQ, but what does it matter? It's only $4,000. All right. But in fact, you don't even need to trade the FDAX initially. First, you trade the NQ, and then when you get to a point where you've accumulated $5,000 more, start trading the FDAX and the NQ. End of story. So how much do you think this would do in the first 20 days? $2,280 pure profit. And then if you upped it to 2 contracts, $4,800, you've accumulated another $7,000 in just 40 trading days trading the FDAX and NQ. Now let's just say you trade the NQ for the 40 trades, and then you started trading FDAX after the first 20 days. You would have accumulated 2,300 plus 4,700. That's $7,000 in just 40 trades. Is that enough for you guys? I mean, you could do this over and over again. This is how we've built our contracts, contract sizes to 40. Okay, does that number per trade, per 2-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute trade, does that look like a number you can deal with? $1,600 per trade. Okay, now of course sometimes we trade 10 ticks, sometimes we trade 51 contracts, sometimes we trade 37 contracts, depending on our risk parameters at the time. Like it depends on if I'm looking for 10 ticks, if I think it's going to blow it out of the water or not. But for a beginner trader like yourself, you're looking for 8 ticks, and you're looking for this mitigated risk strategy. Okay, this mitigated risk strategy is what you're looking for. Okay, so anyways, folks, that's an overview of, you know, just some of the FDAX markets and some of the, okay, so here, right here, another 3-bar pattern. Okay, 3-bar pattern, especially on old support. Okay, and then you got it right here, boom. Okay, all these 8-tick winners. Okay, that's $120 per contract, as I illustrated right here. Okay, $120. Let me just make sure that you guys can see that those are dollars. These are dollars. Okay, so I mean, join if you like. You saw our results. You keep going to our back office, going to our website, and you're seeing the results. So it is working. If you're disciplined and if you're looking to learn something new, then this is your chance. Basically, this is your chance. Okay, you're not gonna get another chance. This doesn't happen all the time. All right. Now I'm just looking at this. Just looking at some of the price actions. It's amazing how well this market does in terms of price action. All these are 8-tick winners right here. See, right? 8-tick, 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 8-tick. Look at that, 8-tick. All of them 2-3 minute winners. Okay, this is not a qualified trade. It didn't even come close to the solid line. Okay. This right here is 8-tick. Look at that. So I mean, folks, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Go to our website. I strongly urge it. And if you have any questions, just look at the YouTube description. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. Have a very blessed day, and I hope to see you guys on our next video.